Hi, welcome again to another episode on Chrys-O. It is still me, Chris, and I am happy to have you on my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, I talk about fully funded scholarships, mostly in North America, but recently I've started looking at fully funded scholarships in other parts of the world, like in Europe. And in today's episode, I'll be talking about fully funded PhD scholarships or fellowships in Finland and the UK. So these two PhD programs I'll be talking about is the Colt Foundation PhD Fellowship and the Finnish government Doctoral scholarship or fellowship in artificial intelligence. So without further ado, let's get down to business. So, if you have been looking for a way to do a PhD in research and you are looking for a way to do a PhD research in artificial intelligence and you have been looking at a way to also do some stuff in health, in biology, well, to do a PhD research in biology and cognitive disciplines. The first PhD scholarship I'm going to be looking at today is called the Colt. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that word very well. It is C-O-L-T. But let's check. Let us check. Since we are learning, let us check the right pronunciation of that word.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it is Colt Foundation PhD Fellowship. What is this fellowship going to offer you? First and foremost, for stipend, this fellowship will give you stipend, we give you research expenses allowance, and would also pay your fees. Now, the stipend is valued at £23,804, and it will increase according to the rate of inflation. So, yeah. And then they will also offer you £5,000 for research expenses. Any money you need for your research, you can get it from this £5,000. And then they would also pay your tuition. However, they will be paying the UK tuition, so you have to find, if you're an international student, you would have to find a way to, other funding means to pay the difference, right? So now, what do you need to apply for this PhD fellowship? To apply for this PhD fellowship, you need to send an outline of your proposed research, including the scientific questions that it will address, the data that will be collected, and how they will be analyzed to answer the study questions. So just give them your research proposal. And then, of course, your CV. You have to write your CV, your publications. Publication is important for this kind of fellowships. So, a detailed letter of support from the proposed supervisor. So, before you apply for this scholarship, you must have already secured a supervisor. If you want to know how to do that, check my old video on how to, what's the title of that video again? How to send cold emails to professors. Yes, I think how to secure a supervisor or how to send cold emails to supervisor. These two videos, yes, you can check them out, and I think it would also pop up either this, top right bottom or whatever, whichever way. Anyway, so you have to also submit a detailed letter of support from your proposed supervisor or the supervisor that has agreed to supervise your PhD dissertation. Then you have to also put two contact details of your letter writers or your recommenders, and you have to send this stuff, whatever your application package, you have to send this stuff to this email address. They said the email address is managed by Mrs. Tash Hayden, So you may have all your application package. So even before you get to this point, I believe this, you can apply to this PhD fellowship any UK university, right? So you have already secured a supervisor, and then you do this process, and you have already gotten admission in that university. So you are looking for funding to fund your PhD research. So it is at that point you submit this application. Now the deadline, so they also have some kind of projects that either the past recipients of this award or this fellowship have worked on. See example: response to exposure in workplace, mesothelial cells, classical and molecular epidemiological studies, molecular studies, cancer and occupational exposure, prolonged UV exposure, etc., etc. So just go through this. You see, is this kind of issues I am interested in working on? Is my research in epidemiology, microbiology, or stuff like that, public health even? Yeah. So if it is something that is close to what you are working on, then I highly encourage you to apply. Don't forget to apply for this scholarship. Must have already secured a supervisor, even secured a admission from a UK university, and then apply to this if what you are working on is related to this kind of project that they have here. So that is that for the Colt Foundation PhD fellowship. Let's move on to the Finnish government PhD fellowship or scholarship. Okay, so the second and last scholarship I'm going to be discussing with you in this episode is the Finnish Doctoral Program Network in Artificial Intelligence. So this PhD, if you want to apply for this is time sensitive. I don't think you have more than up to 2 weeks to apply for this. You don't have up to 2 weeks. The application is due by April 2nd, and I suspect it is recurrent. So if you miss this year, you might as well apply for next year. And this is big because they are looking for 100 new PhD students working in fundamental AI and machine learning. And one thing with this PhD in Finland is that it is like a job. So you have 3 years job contract, and they will pay you. It is like normal professional kind of arrangement. So you are not a student, you are an employee of the various institutions that this program will be offered in, right? So if you are interested in fundamental artificial intelligence, you are interested in AI in communications and signal processing, AI in health, AI in engineering, AI in speech and language, speech technology and language, AI in society and business, AI in engineering. If you're interested in all these, these research areas, then you know how to use, you are good with statistics, data analysis, and programming languages, analytical think and critical thinking. If this is your kind of thing, you are techie. If that is your kind of thing, then I think this scholarship is for you. This PhD fellowship is for you. And of course, you have done your master's, right? And you have some research trajectory, then this scholarship is for you, or this fellowship, or whatever kind of, it's not fellowship now, right? It's a job, then this job is for you. So anyway, the university offering this that you can do this program in are listed here. There are about 10 of them, more than 10. University of Helsinki, Tampere University, Aalto University, LUT University, University of Eastern Finland, University of Jyväskylä. I hope I did not murder that name. If I did, please forgive me, people, Finnish people. So anyways, these are the universities, and what are they going to offer you? Like, you can read about what they are going to offer you. It is like a job. They'll provide you with everything you need, the research lab, the tools, the resources, and they will also pay you for doing that job. So yeah, this is really good. If you want to learn more about it, I will leave the link in the description section below. Now, what do you need to apply for this scholarship? Like I said, you need to, why do I keep saying scholarship? What do you need to apply for this job in AI? You need to apply by April 2nd, 2024, less than 2 weeks. So it is time sensitive. And then you need to submit a motivation letter of nothing more than 2 pages. They said, please specify the research areas and preferably the supervisors with whom you want to work with. So I don't know if this is necessary for you to have contacted, but the way it sounded, it doesn't seem necessary. Just have someone that is working in an area you want to work in, right? Then submit your CV and then your list of publications. Oh my God. If relevant, please do not attach full copies of publication. Just have the list, and you might as well put them on your CV. I don't know, whichever one. Then a transcript of your master's or bachelor studies and the degree certificate of your latest degree. If you don't have a master's degree, a plan of completion must be submitted. So yeah, so that is what you need, your transcript, whether master's or your bachelor's. And the way they also sound here, you don't need to necessarily have a master's, but they are PhD. In any case, this is a job. And yes, so if you meet all these requirements and you have interest in artificial intelligence, in applied artificial, not just in fundamental artificial intelligence, and also applied artificial intelligence. So if you're interested in this thing, then in this area, then you should apply. So they also have a link where you can apply and submit all these documents and fill the necessary forms. Is that okay? That is good. If you have been watching this video to this point and you've not subscribed, come on, what is keeping you? Click that like button, share with your friends and acquaintances, and if you have questions to ask, please leave them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching today. I will see you next week. Bye bye.